Court, the movie podcast where Sean
and Mampy
shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
Abigail.
Ooh.
Starring Melissa Barrera as Joey. Directed by Radio Silence. I think it's two guys with names, but they were like, we don't want anyone to have to remember both of our names.
I think that's
so we're
smart.
called Radio Silence.
Radio Silence.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sounds like a movie, right?
We should change our names to Food and Court.
Ah.
I'm Food.
And I'm Court. And you're watching Food Court. And or listening to Food Court. Did I say we watched Abigail? We watched Abigail.
We did.
In cinemas now.
Oh, boy, is it.
The curtain parts, and we're in cinemas.
Yeah. I love it. The curtain parts. I like that.
Mr. Mampy.
Yes, sir. Sean.
What did you think about this piece of cinema?
Oh, my goodness. You know, it's interesting you use the word piece. The words piece of, because this is what comes to mind in my review of it. Because I thought it was a piece of a great time at the movies, popcorn classic, as they say.
Oh, dang.
And I had a really fun time, laughing away, reclining in my chair, alone in my row of seats.
You had recliners?
Yeah, I was reclined, baby. I was but I kept accidentally hitting the button and going up and down. I was like, whoops.
I like to do that too.
I had
purpose.
Yeah. Hey, whoa.
And then people are like, is this guy okay?
I like that there's literally nothing. There's no rule against it. You could do it. You could go all day. Up, down, up, down, 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 down,
There's
up.
no rules. That's the beautiful thing about a godless world.
Yeah.
Is there are no rules.
Nope.
I could put two guns to my head and just walk around all day. No one will ever stop me.
No rules, just shoes. Nike. Put them on. Put them on,
And
you
then
rat.
the commercial is me with two guns to my head. Fucking Nike! I wish dunk the guns.
Oh yeah, dunk them. You dunk them in batter, and then you fry them in grease. And shoot out fried bullets. New fried bullets at KFC. Yeah, it's brain blasting good.
It's brain blasting good. Go. And I saw it too.
Wait.
Yes?
I'm sorry. I did think of one thing to cap that off.
Just cap it.
The blood spatter hits the wall and it like drips and it forms the Colonel's face and like the KFC logo.
That's nice.
This is the mind of a motion graphics artist.
And he goes, well, hell, that's some brain blasting good time. I probably own slaves. That's how old I am. Enjoy your chicken. Don't even think about it. Don't even worry about how all the people in power were once slave owners in different countries. You know.
Yeah, just don't think
Elon
about
Musk, he probably had slaves too. Don't even think about it.
This is the question though. All his robots he's making seems kind of similar, doesn't it?
I mean, they're certainly slaves.
They're slaves.
They're like slaves who are taught to read, which is a really weird idea.
And given all the knowledge of every moment in history.
He's like, remember the thing about slavery is it was bad because they didn't know anything and it was much harder for them to revolt.
Yes.
What if we made them super powerful slaves who are geniuses?
And give them the launch codes and just see what happens.
I mean, you know, he just hasn't seen the pictures like we have.
I know. We're picture experts at this point.
Experts. We're the food court boys.
We're the food court. We're
the experts.
Boys.
I liked it okay.
I thought it was fun.
I didn't like it as much as you did, and I want to apologize for that.
That's fine.
I had some good times.
I had a blast.
And I will tell you about them. Since you love this movie so much, you want to give us the plot, Mr. Mampy?
Yeah, so the plot of this movie, it's laid out all in the trailer. If you see the trailer, you've seen the movie, basically.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, don't get me started. So a group of criminals are coming together because of some guy. What's his name, like DeWalt or something like that.
DeWalt.
It's like Waylon Yutani, something like that.
Are you talking about Giancarlo Esposito's character?
Yeah. I don't know his name.
His name's like Tootsie Fritzy.
Tootsie Fritzy hires all these criminals to go and steal a child. Kidnap.
Pollo Loco is his name.
Pollo Loco.
Pollo Hermanos. Hermanos Locos.
Pollo Hermanos Locos. Man, that guy, he hires so he hires them all to go and take this girl because she is the daughter of some millionaire or something like a billionaire, who knows? And they need to hold her captive for 24 hours while they ransom her ass. And she's a little ballerina, and she seems helpless and like a Richie Titchy sort of lady. And so
she is.
They kidnap her, and they're supposed to just hold her there. They think it's going to be no problems, but then people start dying in horrible ways, and they're like, this is just like an assassin that works for the guy that we're fucking stealing the child from.
What's the assassin's name again?
Valdez.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was looking in the Wikipedia, and I was like, this is an important part of this script. You should tell me what the name is. But if it was that important, maybe I would have remembered it.
Yeah, I guess maybe because they didn't want to spoil. Which I did spoil. Sorry. Kinda.
Sorry, spoiler alert. There's actually no way to spoil this movie. If you have seen the trailer, don't get me started.
Yeah, exactly. And so Valdez is the girl, and it turns out she's a vampire, and they have to survive somehow. Yeah. And she's brutal, and she likes to play with her food. Yeah. And they spoiler alert, almost all die. The end of the movie.
The end. Great job, Mampy.
Thank you. I was getting into territory where I thought I was going to say the whole movie, and I was like, I got to wrap this up. So
I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
I only gave away huge plot points a couple times, but
they know it's a spoil. I mean, if it's just your first time listening, I want to apologize because we spoil every bit of it.
You never know how sensitive people are.
That is true.
To spoilers.
Honestly, it's tough with a movie like this to talk about anything past the first 30 minutes. Yeah. Without spoiling the whole thing.
Exactly.
And for better or worse, they decided they didn't care about that. So they just, all the trailers were like, this is the beginning, end, and middle, every moment of this movie. Here you go.
Yeah. If they had marketed it as like, oh, it's like a ransom heist movie. Yeah. And maybe something weird happens, like, vaguely.
Clue.
Yeah, that would almost like they should have shot more stuff and like really made the trailer just seem like a ransom movie or something. Yeah. And then been like, psych, that would have been cool. That would have been really, like, if I had not known. Oh, man. Like, freaking, do you remember Red Eye would kill you?
Yes.
Like, it seems like a romance, and you're just like, oh, this is funny. And then, holy shit, this is a fucking thriller, baby.
Yeah, rules.
I like that.
That's a great flick.
It's
R.I.P. Wes Craven.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Cillian Murphy. R.I.P. What's her name? That lady.
Emily.
She's funny.
Blunt.
Dickinson?
No, Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
I was like, what is her name?
R.I.P. Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, they're all gone now, but not forgotten.
You know who's not gone, though?
You?
Dan Stevens. My beef lamb gyro of the picture.
Hell yeah, dude.
I have many things I like about this movie, but the main one, the main two, are one, Dan Stevens.
Yes.
Who plays Frank.
So good.
We were talking about him in the texts, and I was remarking that it's weird that he is not, like, the biggest star.
Yeah, it is odd.
Because he is right in the Ryan Gosling territory of, like, incredibly hot dude who is really funny and a good actor.
Why has he not blown up?
I mean, I don't know. He is in the biggest movie in the world right now, so I guess that's helpful, but it's a really shitty movie. Not Abigail. Godzilla versus Kong
Oh.
X. Godzilla X Kong
Oh, I haven't.
X. The Lost X.
I couldn't bring myself to. I saw too many clips online. I was like, this just looks so stupid. I can't do it, man.
I gotta say, you didn't miss much.
Yeah. After the last one, I was like, no, that's it.
I don't know if it was quite as bad as that one.
Okay.
But it had the same bad. Why can't I
Yeah.
remember that guy's name? That guy from Atlanta.
I know. I feel so bad. I don't know. I mean, it does. It always hurts my heart when I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
I do want to root for you, but I just don't. It's not working.
He's in
for me.
Widows, and he's so fucking good in
Yeah,
Widows.
what happened?
And I mean, you know,
What happened?
if somebody was like, hey, I'll give you, I don't know,
True.
$1.5 million. I don't
That's
know how much
true.
they're giving him.
That's
$1.5
very true.
million?
I could have very easily been in the Society for Magical Negroes. You know,
Yeah.
they could have swapped me for Justice Smith, and
His name Justice
I
Smith?
think so. And I would have been like, yeah, I'll take the money.
Sure.
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah,
But
it is. You do feel bad for them
yeah.
in some way.
And then now he's like the co-lead in the new Transformers movie. Not Justice Smith, but the guy from Atlanta. It's him and I think the Thor guy. But I will say I kind of gave up. The first Transformers, the only one I like remember even enjoying. But
Yeah.
I think this is maybe a good idea. It's all just Transformers. There's no humans. It's all set on their planet, so it's
That's
all in that CG. I'm like, that to me will be better.
It makes a lot more
Yeah,
sense.
it's not going to be classic anyway. Back to
Dan.
I don't know how. I mean, the way we can leave a topic is pretty impressive.
I mean, it reminds me of no. It reminds me of King X Kong,
Yeah.
God Xzilla.
God X.
I think Dan Stevens is quite good in this movie.
Yeah, I loved his.
He has to play the dickhead, but he's kind of a funny dickhead.
Yes.
Everybody's got really cool outfits. He's got kind of a yellow bomber jacket, and for some reason, he's got like one of those Guido necklaces.
Yeah.
And he's like some kind of Brooklyn cop.
Yeah.
He's a Brooklyn cop.
He got the voice great. I was like,
yeah.
I thought he was
He
going to be
does.
British, and he was not.
It's great when when you hear him in interviews, and he's just like, I spoke to many men from Brooklyn, New York.
When I was in the theater, I would do these performances. Stuff like that.
And I asked them, when you say gabba gooby ga in your Italian accent, what does it mean?
What does it mean? What do you mean? What does
does
it
it
fucking
all?
mean? It means a fucking gabba gooby gabba.
Give me the gabba gooby
Gooba
gabba.
gabba. I don't agree that it sounds like Capicola. People were like, it's Capicola, and I was like, that doesn't sound like gabba
Gabagoo.
gooba.
Gabba goo.
Gabagoo. What is the Italian baby's first word? Goo goo.
Gabba goo goo.
Gabagoo.
Yeah, write that down.
I'm writing it down.
That's a good fake meme though.
Yeah.
Is you show the piece of paper and it says Capicola, and then you show the Italian. He's like, "What does it say?" And he says, "Gabagoo." Gabba.
Gabba.
He's like moving his fingers across
Yeah.
it.
Gabba.
Gabagoo. No. Capicola.
Oh, he's like an eye exam. What is the first letter? G. No.
All right, cover up your right eye.
Yeah.
Gabba. Goo.
Goo.
Then he eats a big pizza.
Yeah.
I like Dan Stevens.
Yeah, he did.
I liked him especially when he gets to go all the way the fuck off when he's a vampire.
Yes. Yeah.
When he gets to be real
That
evil
was
and he's got
awesome.
his teeth and he's all covered in black blood.
Yes.
He's just cool looking.
Yeah, he was a good choice because he can play both of those very well.
How do you like them apples? He doesn't really say that, but he says stuff that's sort of like, How do you like them apples?
Yeah, he loved it. He really ate that up. Ate with them teeth.
How do you like that blood?
And I like the teeth in this movie. They're so like fucked up. Like they're so big and just like.
Yeah. I like a good vampire tooth.
Me too. To tell you the truth, I love it.
Tell me.
I'll tell you, I love the vampire tooth teeth.
Speaking of telling, would you tell me what your beef lamb hero is? What's the best part of this damn movie?
I will
Abigail.
agree that he was awesome, but I think my favorite part, my beef lamb hero of the picture, was that the vampires explode. I like that a lot. I always love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they really can't hurt Abigail for most of the movie. You're just like, how are they going to do anything to her?
Yeah.
And then they break open some stuff and light shoots in and it just like blows her hand off. And I was like, that's awesome. And like literally any amount of light touches you, you just blow up.
The new hand grows out of the
that was gross.
gross old hand and just goes.
And she's like,
Hey there. Remember me?
First I thought she was going to use it as a weapon and like.
That'd be cool.
That'd been crazy.
But I don't know what that means.
I love it though. I just thought that was great, and every time it happens, it made me more happy, and it's more gore, and people just getting drenched, which is awesome. It
was serious from dusk till dawn.
Yes,
feelings.
Absolutely,
and that's my kind of vampire movie.
It really is.
I mean, they drink blood. It's gonna be a little messy.
They're filled with it. They're overflowing with it.
Yeah.
I also like when Dan turns into a vampire and he's just like, and just like keeps throwing up blood. I'm like, oh wow. I guess he has to get rid of all his blood.
Yeah, do you have to get rid of your own blood?
I guess. I don't know.
Hey, whatever it is, I liked it.
I liked it a
glad
lot.
they did it.
Yeah,
Speaking of things I liked,
oh.
I thought one of the second finest parts of this movie was Alicia Weir.
Yeah,
who played Abigail.
She did great.
I think she's really good in this.
Yeah, she did awesome.
And it's a tough part. And I think maybe the character arc doesn't entirely work for me, but I think she's doing her very best to make it work. Because they do this thing where it's like, oh, you feel sorry for her, then she's the villain, then you sort of feel sorry for her again, then she's sort of the villain again, and then she's a hero, and they kind of go back and forth. So she has to do a lot of, like, tough stuff.
Yeah,
or maybe the movie has to do a lot of tough stuff, but she, like, as a kind of dainty little girl is really good, and then as sort of an evil badass, she's also creepy and scary.
Very good.
Like, there's one scene where she's stuck in a cage, and she's saying very evil shit like, I'm gonna eat your blood and kill you, you know, the kind of stuff that a vampire says. Just open the door and I'll kill everybody else, but you, I'll spare you.
Yeah. Wild.
And she is good. She's really creepy in that. And I think, I don't know, being creepy, I feel like is one of the hardest things.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, especially for a little girl, like you know, you see some big weirdo, you know, some guy who's like 6'3", huge, got big muscles, and he's like, oh, you're beautiful. You're like, oh, fuck, that's terrifying. But a little girl, tough to pull off.
Tough to pull off, because you're like, I'm not scared of a little girl, and then you're like, oh, well, if she has like really sharp teeth and is covered in blood,
yeah,
not more scary.
She can do karate kicks.
Yeah, she can do pirouettes.
She can get her body folded and crushed and then uncrush it.
Some classic horror clicks and clicks. Hi. I'm
back.
I'm back. I love a lot of the times where she'd be chasing someone and she like there's one part where a guy falls down, or I think it's Danny, falls down the steps, and she like jumps up and does like a ballerina move following him. I was like, this is so fun. I liked all the vampire stuff. That was very fun and well executed.
And I feel like also it's tough to make a movie where someone has been alive for 3,000 years
Yeah.
and is a child and gets... I mean, you don't really get any idea of her past, but you kind of get, well, she just likes ballet.
Yeah.
So that's what she likes to do.
Does, dude.
Yeah.
She's a ballet girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
They were like, I got an idea. Ballet vampire.
Yeah. I think absolutely that's how they came up with this
And they're
movie.
like, okay.
How do we
Sounds good.
make that a movie?
She spins.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And I always love a movie where like the tables turn or the power
Yes.
exchanges and you're like, "Oh, wait, no, you're trapped with me." That's always fun.
You're locked in here with me.
Yeah.
So you love Watchmen?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I like parts of it.
I do like parts of it.
The blue penis.
Yeah.
Very cool. I loved it.
Flippity
It's like,
flapping.
wow, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
Whoa,
It's
there's
great in 3D.
Yeah, 3D, and then when he turns into 3 people, you're like, "Whoa, there's 3 of them." Yeah, right in here. The 4D experience is crazy. You're like, "Oh."
I don't know what the spray would be.
Pee.
Or it could be just like genital heat.
Yeah.
Like he's out in the cold, but his penis is steaming. You know?
Yeah, I like the shot in Watchmen where they cut to just the close up of his penis steaming in the winter.
Like a linebacker on a cold day.
On a cold
His
day.
Hat.
You know, I think that Dan Stevens would play a good Ozymandias. Is that the guy in Watchmen?
Ozymandias?
Ozymandias? Yeah.
He's very similar. Wait, isn't that guy in this movie?
I don't think so.
Doesn't he play Lazar? Am I crazy?
What? Oh, he does. Whoa, weird connection. Whoa, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow.
All I have for you is a word, tenet,
Oh.
and a gesture. Ah! It all fits.
I go backwards.
Oh yeah. I'm running backwards.
Trorkadoof. Food court. So stupid. Anyway, yeah, I thought he was great too. When he showed up, I was like, ooh, he's scary.
Yeah.
God, they did a good job. He does have
Agreed.
a funny face where he's at his teeth and they look kind of goofy, but I liked it. Horror gets away with more, if you ask me.
Yes. Horror gets away with more. Put it on a, whatever you want. T-shirt.
A t-shirt.
Bumper sticker.
I always like when like an actor will do that thing, like a kind of known actor. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I know it's so short, but you have like a big presence in the movie. It's kind of
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
But, yeah, I thought that was fun.
It reminds me of The Third Man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I won't tell you why. Just figure it out.
All right,
What
okay.
else? What else did you like about this movie?
I like the dumb guy from Quebec. I thought he was great. He's been in a couple. He was in this show called The Strain that was also about weird vampires.
His name apparently is Kevin Durand.
Kevin Durand.
Thanks, Kevin.
He did great. I thought he was very dumb and funny and sweet. Like the part
Yeah.
where he's with the big spoiler, the other lady who gets turned into a vampire.
Her name is Sammy,
Yes, Sammy.
who you may remember or may not remember from Lisa
Yes.
Frankenstein.
I was worried, but I thought she did better in this.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, maybe she just didn't have much to,
yeah.
do in the other one.
Yeah, I think
It happens.
so. I think so.
She got to dance in this one, too.
I know, they love making her dance, I tell you what. Dance, baby. It almost feels like people have just been putting dance stuff for the TikTok crowd. They're like, okay, we can make a TikTok out of this. Or something.
Oh, it is probably true.
Like Megan, had that dance. It's like they're putting stuff to just be like, look at
And then
this.
people can recut it to a different song.
Yeah, exactly.
And
They
they're
can
like,
do the
oh.
dance. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm possessed by a vampire. Oh boy. Anyway, I liked him. I really like the scene where it's right before his unfortunate end. He gets killed pretty bad.
How does he die again?
She gets betrayed because she becomes a puppet to the vampire girl. And then she bites his neck, rips his neck open, and sucks him dry, baby. But right before that, he's like, "We are friends. We stick together. We'll watch after each other." It's like so sweet. And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then,
My poor dummy.
sorry.
He's a poor dummy.
He is a poor dummy. He would have been a rich dummy if they had actually, done the job and not been tricked. But it was all a trick. So, whatever.
It happens. I mean, I've done that, but for a lot less money.
Yeah, I mean, like, dang it.
I go to work every day. That's a trick.
It's a trick. It is a trick.
I mean, how much are they paying me? Really not. I mean, let's be honest. Not much.
Not enough.
Certainly not $5 million.
See, if I got paid $5 million a day, nope, I would have no issue working. I would work every day.
I wouldn't. I would work one day a year.
That's good, yeah.
Maybe
Take a
one day every
vacation.
3 years.
Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah.
And then I dedicate myself to the things that matter to me, like watching movies.
Yes.
I would never podcast again. I would.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, when would this instantly be cut
Cancel
off?
this immediately.
Fuck this, yeah.
No. I would do this.
But we would do it from like our space stations,
Yes.
satellite down to Earth.
We would do it from those like water hovercrafts.
Ooh.
Hey, we just watched
yeah.
Abigail. Whoa.
I mean, people would definitely watch that podcast more than they do this.
Absolutely. And that there was one character named Rickles. He was a Marine veteran.
I really liked the way the vampire had like shark teeth, That's great.
Write it down. It's a great idea.
That would be awesome. We should honestly take the audio from this and do green screen footage of ourselves flying. I bet that clip that's a viral clip right there.
It's a viral clip, baby.
Have you seen the guys that are on the hoverboards and they're talking about the movie?
They're talking about Abigail.
I haven't. And maybe we'd see it. Maybe we'd see some numbers.
What if we get an old it's like we get any kind of car we can put the top down.
Yeah.
Any convertible, but it's not like the T-top or just like a moonroof. You just want to get the whole thing. And we're recording, but we start ghost riding. Like we're doing little, Tokyo
good.
drifts, and then we both get out at the same time.
Walking.
Yeah, we're like, wow, it sure was. And then like the car hits us or something. And we're like, oh no.
Maybe for our Fast 6. No, 8. What is it at 11? It's at 11. I was like, wait, no, it's way
Fast
better.
11.
Fast
We're going to
11.
ghost ride the whip. You heard it here first.
Fast 11.
This is our promise.
That would be
We
pretty
will
cool.
buy a convertible. We'll learn how to do donuts real good. And then we'll step out of it.
I just want to learn how to do the Jason Momoa jump, push myself out, and go, here we go.
Here we go. I am thinking back to last year when people, other than us, I think, everyone on Earth hated that performance.
Oh, really? I loved it. I mean,
Great job.
You need it in a movie like that. It's just like, the movie is so stupid. You got to
There's a big fucking ball. This is a movie with a big fucking ball in it. And it
Huge
rolls
ball.
around in fucking Venice or something.
Well, this movie had the balls.
Yes.
But
Speaking of balls, do you have anything else to say that are positive about Abigail?
yeah, I liked the where she tricks Dan Stevens' character. She's like, there's a book in the library, there were none. And it'll open a door and he's like, thanks. And she's like, aren't you going to let me out? And he's like, no. Or like, here's a lesson, kid. And then she laughs and kicks the door down and he goes flying.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fun.
I'm trying to think of exactly what his line is. His line is like, have fun spending eternity. Wow, that's a tough one.
Eternity.
Hey, give him the Oscar for having to say eternity.
Yeah, oh my God.
Okay, take 2. That might be take 3, actually.
Yeah.
Have fun spending... Okay, take 4. Have fun spending eternity in a fucking elevator.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I like that one.
It was something like that. Funny line.
She's like...
I'm strong.
She is strong. And she's such a trickster. Like, she pretends she can't get out. It's like, she loves tricking.
I mean, if you're killing people for 3,000 years, it must get very boring.
Yeah, you got to figure out some way to spice it up. Which I do. I like that element. People are just like, oh, I don't know. What else can I do?
It's also weird. If you were a vampire, and certainly someone has talked about this in the many reams of vampire fiction, but don't you miss, like, I don't know, like a chocolate cake or something?
No. In some universes they can eat food, and in others they can't eat food.
Yeah, it makes them sick.
And I'm like, I want to be in the universe where I can still eat a cheesecake if I want to.
Yeah. Oh.
Because if I have to eat blood cake, that's not as good.
Follow-up question. When you eat a person, when you're sucking their blood,
yes,
do you get the same sort of good feelings as you do when you're eating a piece of cheesecake?
I wonder. Or is it
simply like, like you're addicted to cigarettes, so like you smoke the cigarette and you're like, I gotta get through this so I can go back and
Yeah, I feel like it's more akin to that, because every time they drink they're like, oh, or like, they're like orgasming, like, oh. But maybe, I don't know. I'm not an expert. We'll have to ask.
On being a vampire. Hey, if you're watching or listening and you are an expert on vampires or are a vampire yourself, tweet at us at Food Court Cast. Let us know. Also, give us 5 stars.
Please.
And tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors.
Tell other vampires.
Tell other vampires. Tell yourself in the mirror every morning. Oh, I need to probably share a Food Court clip or interact with them.
If you're a vampire, don't tell yourself in the mirror.
Oh, yeah. You
can't even fucking see yourself.
You won't even know. Now, that's a tough one. You would never know what you look like. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can they see themselves in water? Or do they have no reflections just generally? Is it just mirrors?
I bet they can't see themselves in water either.
That sucks. How do they know what they look like?
They always look so great.
I know, yeah. This is a big flaw with the vampires. They should look like absolute crap. They should have, like, weird makeup shit, like lipstick on their teeth. They, like, just look horrible. Yeah, because they wouldn't know it. They need other vampires.
Tons of, like, little blood cuts on their neck.
It's really not a good downside. And no sun? Ugh, God.
I like the sun.
I love it.
Though, I'll be honest, it does seem pretty vague.
Yeah.
Their connection to the sun. Like, they can be in a nice sunny room. Well, it depends on the vampire, I guess. But they can be in a nice, beautiful, sunny room.
Yeah.
And just, like, as long as they don't get hit by the sunlight itself.
Exactly.
Then they're like, but they can just, like, sit on a nice chair and be like, oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah. I've seen some where they even have, like, an umbrella and they're just outside and I'm like, that's it? Well,
sounds great.
You better hope the wind doesn't come and turn that thing inside out. You're gonna roast. That would be an amazing scene.
Isn't it a wonderful day out here?
And they're on fire trying to, like, close it back up. I would love to see that.
Write that scene, Hollywood. You fucking cowards.
Hollywood, if they would just hire us to make these movies, we would be making crazy movies.
We'll make a great movie for your Netflix. And it'll be like all the other ones. Nobody will watch it.
No one will watch it.
Give a shit about it.
And actually, we're gonna shoot it in parts. We're gonna do 4 parts. And every time we release a part, no one will care about the parts because they don't even like the first part or care about the first one.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do, and it'll be great.
Yeah. And I don't know, somehow you'll, like, write that off on whatever your Netflix money thing is. And you'll put it on, you'll say it's number 1. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you say, well, can you prove that it's number 1? Do you, like, release any of your anything?
Like
we don't release any of our anything.
We don't do anything.
It's number 1. What else do you want to know?
Everything. We'd like to just know everything about your operation.
People love the movie Horny Baby.
They love it.
It's #1 in the U.S., #3 in the world.
People are gonna go see that, I think.
People love Horny Baby 2, The Scar Giver.
The Scar Giver, yeah.
I can't wait to see Horny Baby 3, The King of Dogs.
The King of Dogs, man. The King of Dogs. I mean, it is cool that you can make just kind of really bad movies and just keep making them. Like, it doesn't... Yeah. It's pretty... it gives me hope. I always think, well, surely if, that movie that... The guy that made the movie that sucked really bad has made 7 more movies that also suck. It's like, well, I can get one in there, right?
I mean, he did make a really good Dawn of the Dead.
True.
We're talking about Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't want to.
Sure.
I don't want to besmirch, but come on, baby. You got vision, but it just doesn't. Ever quite come together.
Some people shouldn't be writers.
I think that is the case.
I mean, lots of great directors never wrote very much.
Very true.
Spielberg wrote like 1 script all the way, a couple halfway.
I think the best way to do it is you hire a really good writer.
Yeah.
Who knows their shit, and they will write the shit out of it. And then you're a good director, and you're like, on the day, you go, this is good, but what if we try some other stuff, and maybe if that stuff works, you add it in.
Yeah.
And if not, just stick to the
And you get
script.
big hulking men.
Yeah, giant.
I mean, that's definitely one thing. And he knows how to make big hulking men look like big hulks.
That's true. It's very true. Maybe he should.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep doing that.
Keep doing that. Mampy.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts about goodness before I start absolutely destroying this movie?
I'm trying to think. I like the guy's head falling off.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
That character in general is fun. His name is Dean.
Yeah.
And he's like the weird... I don't know what the politically correct version... How you call a person who is a white guy who listens to only rap music.
Wigga. I think.
But that's not the politically correct version.
Oh,
right?
okay. I guess not.
Right?
To me, it is.
No, well, sure, yeah. What is it to me?
White guy. White rapper.
White guy, yeah. I guess now it's just any white guy.
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Write in if you are a white rapper.
Yeah.
Or you've known one. What do they refer to themselves as?
He's got that kind of...
Yeah.
Hey, baby, good.
They won't know. And doesn't understand any rejection or cues at all. He's like, but I thought...
I snuck into your room with a mask.
That's crazy.
I thought you would find that sexy.
Yeah, but no.
Sorry.
It's not, actually.
Well, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm coming for you, Abigail.
Get her. Cut her down.
And this is my low main. Mm-hmm. And we've already discussed it a little bit.
Yeah.
But my low main is that the whole movie is in the trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including almost all of the major plot points. There's like a few twists at the end that they save for us. Mm-hmm. Like all the time they're talking about Lazar, and we find out that Abigail is Lazar. Or Abigail is wait, what is it?
Valdez.
Abigail is Valdez. And her father is Lazar. But other than that, like, you see Dan Stevens as a vampire. You see most of the people who die.
Yeah.
You see, like, most of the people who become vampires as vampires.
Yeah.
And it's especially bad because the movie seems clearly set up as a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to do this job. And then it turns into, it is really From Dusk Till Dawn because, like, there's this whole opening section where, people are doing a heist and they're running away and whatever. And then there's a vampire section. And it really, especially because there's all these mysteries that they're building up. They're like, oh, what's going on? What is this weird house? Oh, we can't get out. Mm-hmm. And those things for me, don't work as well.
Yeah, when you know.
If you know every single bit of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially, it's just...
It sucks with the marketing where you like have to spell everything out. It's just like, wow, I wish, because movies used to do fun teaser things that would like not give away, and it'd be more exciting, I think. But
I mean, I think it doesn't matter for some movies.
yeah, sure.
But like for movies where a lot of stuff is built around the way the script works, the way the twists work, it's just really disappointing to like go, well, oh, they're in the house, and then I remember in the trailer when the wood came down, so they're gonna be stuck in the house, and then they're gonna be trapped, and they're gonna try to find a way out, and they're not gonna be able to find a way out. And then I remember in the trailer when they were looking for different weapons to fight a vampire.
Yeah.
And I remember in the trailer when Dan Stevens turned into a vampire, so obviously he's not gonna make it. It's just the whole thing.
It's it's unfortunate. It really,
it bummed me out. I still had a pretty good time, but I definitely was imagining myself watching this other movie, the movie that they made, versus like the movie that was given to us, like the way the movie was given to us, and being like, oh, this is fun. And wow, this is interesting. What's going on with this little girl? Oh, this is weird. Oh, they're locked in? Oh, stuff is happening.
Oh, yeah, honestly, if the trailer had just been, I'm really sorry about what's going to happen to you. And then, like, it just goes, Abigail. That would have been...
That's a perfect ending.
Like, whoa, what is this about?
You can even show, like, little clips of people being ripped apart or killed. Or not every murder is like a close-up vampire murder in that movie.
Exactly, yeah.
You can show a head rolling off of a shoulders.
It's just... It did bum. It is a bummer. It
was a big bummer.
It's literally my same low main. I was like, I know this isn't in the movie, but the trailer just ruined it.
Yeah.
It would have been so nice and like such a fun, like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
But, so.
I mean, I'm sure if you're watching that movie and you see a trailer that doesn't even give you much, like pretty early on, you're like, okay, something's weird about this.
Yeah, something's up.
Anybody who's been locked in a house overnight, something weird's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you don't know if it's gonna turn into a slasher movie, or if it's gonna turn out that, I don't know, there's one murderer and he's killing everybody else. Like you don't know if it's gonna be a Clue movie or just an Agatha Christie mystery.
Yeah,
that has slashings.
It could have slashings.
And it just bummed me out. I don't know.
Yeah, that was
It bummed me out.
Because, like...
It really bummed me out.
In the movie, there's not too much where I was like, ugh, or like, I don't like this, but it did suck knowing, like, all right, well, they're safe, and they're safe, and...
Yeah.
I don't know if the blonde girl's going to be a puppet, but I know at some point she's going to be a vampire. Like,
yes.
I've seen it, so I'm like, is she going to... help, but no, I don't know. It was, and I think the only okay thing from the trailer was that they didn't show the main actress very much in the trailer, like after the beginning, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll be something where you think she's the main actress and she just gets killed. Yeah. And for a second, I thought when they kill Rickles, I was like, oh shit, is she about to just get straight up killed as well? But so there was a little bit of that, but yeah, I could, and then you kind of can just tell, like, okay, she's gonna keep her alive because she has a kid and they've connected, and and then for a second I was like, maybe not, because she gets mad at her for injecting her with a needle and she's like, you bitch, or something. But they work together. I don't know, which I was glad she lived. I thought that was nice, but it just I don't know.
And I also kind of, I don't this is a different thing, but this is actually within the realm of the movie. So this is my low main within the realm of the movie. There's a scene where they're like doing cross-cutting between Abigail and Sammy, played by Catherine Newton, and they're like doing their dance thing, and like they're showing that Catherine Newton is a puppet and Abigail's doing her dance and all that stuff, which is cool, and the concept is cool, but I didn't think they really pulled it off with the editing. Yeah. Like the way everything was put together, it felt like sort of disjointed. Like a lot of times in a scene like that, like you'll have like really matched shots. Yeah. So like when they go back and forth, it will look really cool and super matched. And it wasn't, and maybe they weren't going for that. but it just didn't feel right. And also it felt like sometimes in that moment, the cutting was too fast back and forth, so you like couldn't really get a sense of their dance moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's the same thing as like when you see too much cutting in an action scene and like it's just not as cool anymore because it just looks like a fist moves and then a face moves and then a guy slowly falls in like 7 shots.
Yeah.
But it was like the same thing where they're like, I don't really see the choreography.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it seems like it might be kind of cool, but I don't know.
Don't know what's happening. Yeah.
I don't know. And if they had done it like just a little more patience with that scene where they're like cutting back and forth and the idea is really cool and we see the dancing, which clearly is like, as we said, like, this is our TikTok. Yes.
Yeah.
But if you can't see the dancing, then it's not really like a TikTok.
It really isn't.
Because in the TikToks, I mean, maybe one of the few good things about a TikTok is that it's like just one uncut shot.
It's like the one time where they don't need 7,000 shot like edits.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's like, it's interesting. They have patience if they're just watching someone move around. So we had to do our pod like this. And I thought the movie was like kind of cool and whatever. And be pretty cool.
Tweet at us. Just in general.
Yeah, we love it.
It doesn't matter why. Just go ahead and do it. Thank you.
Just do it. Because I was trying to rack my... Because I genuinely had a good time.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, the trailer made it... It just gave away way too freaking much, which is a bummer.
I mean, even if they had made the vampire trailer, we know it's a vampire, but don't show all the people who die?
Yeah, it just isn't...
I mean, it's like, we know that Sammy, we know that Frank... The others we don't really know.
Yeah.
But, like, those are 2 of the main characters. I mean, I guess they're all main characters since it's kind of an ensemble. But, like, Frank is one of 3 of the principals.
Yes.
And we know that he's going to turn into a vampire at the end. Mm-hmm. So there's just, like... there's just, like, less stakes with this guy.
I just wonder what that choice was. Like... I know the studio's probably like, we need to get people in seats.
Yeah.
But it's just like, don't you get that that's actually a deterrent? Because it's giving away too much. It's just too much.
Truly, there may be someone out there, maybe not our wonderful listeners who are so smart.
Yeah.
But maybe there are people out there who are like, I need a better idea of what is happening throughout this movie.
Yeah.
And they see that, and they go, oh, cool. That guy's going to turn into a vampire. I would love to see that.
I would love to see him be a vampire. Which, I mean, they don't show too much of him as a vampire.
Yeah.
True, but it would just be so much nicer if you didn't know at all. That would be awesome. Or you show someone else getting bit and hint that they turn to a vampire, but they actually just die. Maybe that would be nice, but...
Sure.
Just,
Some misdirection.
Misdirect us, please.
Couldn't you?
Show, don't tell.
Yeah, but don't show. I
show.
think they're showing so much that they tell.
There we go. Don't tell us or show us anything.
Black screen.
Black screen, baby. One of the
Maybe
best.
It fades into white.
My favorite teasers ever is that Dark Knight teaser where it's just like sounds from the movie and like the spat symbol slowly forming. It's like that. It makes me way more excited. It's like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see that. I must see it. Where is that movie playing? Here. David points to the right theater. Clink.
And points to my microphone.
Yeah.
One thing. Okay, another thing. This is not a super bad thing, but I didn't find it especially scary.
Yeah. No, at all.
It was more of a fun time.
Fun time.
Than scary time.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got scared. I was just like, ooh, okay, it's starting to go down.
Ooh.
But I did like when the lady fell in the body pool. I thought that was good.
Oh,
I was like, oh yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, nasty.
It was so gross.
It's probably best that she died, because who knows how many diseases you would get from that. That'd be so foul.
Yeah, I would definitely want to explode if I fell into a big pit of dead people. Is that what happens to... Tweet at us if you have ever unearthed a pit of humans, and let us know if it turns all black and gross and muddy.
That's a good question.
Does it?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I guess everything eventually turns sort of brown.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Or browner, in my case.
Yes. All of the whiteness fades away.
Yeah.
And you return to the fatherland? Motherland?
To black.
Is Africa the motherland or is Africa the fatherland?
The motherland. I think it's the motherland, I think.
Germany's the fatherland.
Yeah,
Africa's the motherland. Never the twain shall meet.
Never, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts on Abigail?
I don't think so. I had fun with it. Maybe it would be nice to show someone who doesn't know anything about it at some point. That would probably be fun.
Yeah.
It would be much more fun. You know, I have the classic, like, some of the humor and bits, you know.
Some of it is, Some of it is like that.
Yeah, but...
Another thing that... This is not the movie's fault, but it's like the filmmaker's fault for making Ready or Not, which I think is sort of a similar tone to this, but I just liked a whole lot better.
Yeah.
I just... it's sort of silly and funny and bloody and
that was
all
a fun
of that.
movie.
I just thought that was much better than this.
Yeah, that movie, and it had more, like, scariness quality.
Yes, absolutely.
But it has some of the worst acting I've ever seen at the very beginning. It's just like, oh my God, this is, I don't know if I can watch this movie. And then you, like, just keep with it. Those two people are not that big of the movie.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Or I guess not the very beginning. There's a scary bit, and then there's two people in a car in that scene. I'm like,
oh,
what the fuck is this? I know it's a horror movie, but come on, y'all.
Hey, wow, this is a great car.
We're going up to the house now. All right.
Check out Ready or Not in theaters now.
Yeah.
Check out Abigail in theaters now.
Yeah. This
definitely... we can't...
Oh, sorry. I mean, it was a little more refined, I guess, like filming-wise and stuff.
I agree with that.
Yeah, anyway. We can't only talk... You're right.
We can't only talk about Abigail. We've got to talk about other movies we watched, which brings us to Panda Express presents Express Yourself about the movies you watched this week. Play the song.
Bing 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 ding 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 bing 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 ding 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 bing bing ding. It's time for the Panda Express. Boop boop, because we got some things expressed. Dink dink about the things we watched. Doop doop this week. Ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum.
Did you watch anything this week, Mampy?
I did. I watched the non-stop action classic Mad Max Fury Road. Baby.
Oh, shit.
I hadn't watched it in years, and I was like, this movie still rules.
Are you in Furiosa prep?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I was like, you know what? It's going to be great. I love this movie.
I mean, all of the Mad Maxes are varying levels of good.
Yeah, they're fun. They're all fun, at least.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I, too, am excited. I love Fury Road. I think it's my, and these days may be controversial, my second or third favorite
Hell
Mad Max.
Yeah.
I'll probably
love the
say second
Mad Max a lot.
Road Warrior fucking rules.
Very good
It's so awesome.
It's probably... Road Warrior, Fury Road are pretty close.
They're really close.
Charlize is great in Fury Road. I was like...
Oh, she's so good.
So I love when
is Big Eyes gonna be able to
Big Eyes, yeah. Maybe. She does seem to be like she can pull it off in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, when she's all crazy looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, Furiosa. Let's see.
Hey there, Furiosa.
Here we go, sir. But yeah, that movie, just everything about it, the practical stuff, it just looks so good and so fun. And
the way that the stuff mixes...
Yeah.
You know, the fact that, like, so much of it is, skies that are fake and cars that are real and, all the stuff really moves together really well.
It looks awesome. The giant sandstorm looks so cool.
I totally agree.
I was like,
I love a giant sandstorm.
This still rules. Like, the fucking crazy spray paint stuff. Like, the ideas are awesome. I love it.
It's so awesome.
Very good movie.
And the sandstorm is like one of those great examples of like, this is what is cool about digital effects.
Yeah, yeah.
Is you can make this big thing, but you accept it because it looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
That's the only difference between like digital effects that you don't care about or don't like is because they just look like don't look good. And now that's very obvious.
Yeah.
But like you see it so much with so many bad backgrounds and stuff that doesn't seem like you could possibly. Maybe it is hard. I don't know. Maybe it's hard, but it doesn't seem like it could be that hard. But then you see this, and there's like this huge, like monstrous looking clouds coming in, and it's like, oh, this is great.
And they're like zooming out from real footage of these like cars driving, and just like, whoa, this feels so big and awesome.
It's awesome.
God, that movie is so fun.
Similarly, I really like the storms in Crawl. I don't want to bring everything back to Crawl as I usually do, but I like the Crawl storms are also quite artful.
That still was one of the biggest surprises ever. I was like, wow.
It's a masterpiece.
It's
our greatest masterpiece.
It's our greatest, definitely the best crocodile movie.
It's the greatest American movie made by a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think so.
Tweet at us with the greatest American movie made by a Frenchman.
And I have to say, I'm glad they went with Crawl, because the first title, as clever as it was, I don't think it would have played.
What was the first title?
Crocodile, and it just was. I think it's too much. Too much.
They would have gotten halfway through the movie and said, "Wait, aren't these gators not crocodiles?
Aren't these alligators?
There aren't crocodiles in America." And we're like, "Well, shut up! Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah. I always remember crocodile thin nose, alligator big nose.
Really?
I think that's how it works. Okay. Unless I'm remembering it the other way wrong.
If you are an alligator expert or a sentient alligator who can use a computer or even a phone or whatever, tweet at us at FoodCourtcast. Let us know. Is your nose big?
Yeah. I love the idea of their little claws on the keyboards. I think that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. You know what I watched?
No.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. The new Guy Ritchie. It's a new silly Guy Ritchie that involves lots of Nazi killing.
Okay.
And it has some very middling lows, but the highs for me are quite high.
That's good.
And and I like a good Guy Ritchie doing silly stuff movie.
Yeah.
And it's just a ton of fun. The actors are really good. Henry Cavill, remember him?
Classic.
He gets to be in a movie, which is nice.
That is
the guy from Reacher, who's like fucking 10 foot tall and 20 feet wide, just an enormous man, is completely awesome. The action's really fun. They do some good stabbings.
Ooh, I love a good stabbing.
There's shootings and stabbings, and I just really had a good time. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I haven't.
And I don't know if anybody else in the theater laughed as much as me because I was laughing really hard, but god damn it, I liked it.
That's fun. Yeah, that's good.
Maybe top 5 movie of the year for me so far.
Oh my gosh.
We're only in 8. I mean, we're only
interesting.
In April,
yeah, I haven't.
So who knows?
True.
May?
There could be some real hits coming.
June? July? What month is it?
Yeah.
April? We also never know what movie to do next.
Never, ever.
There's some movie called Boy Kills World.
Oh, yeah. I still want to see Arcadian, too.
Oh, yeah.
That weird Nicolas Cage. I have no idea, but...
Hey.
Maybe.
It's a possibility. Tweet at us at FoodCourtcast if there's a movie that you want us to watch. Mampy?
Yeah?
It's been such an honor.
Always.
Doing this podcast with you. And this is the final.
This is it.
We're still doing it. I haven't made my $5 million yet. Tweet at us if you want to send me $5 million. Honestly, I would quit the podcast for less.
Yeah.
So however much you want to spend to get me to quit the podcast.
That's a good idea. We should see. People are sick of seeing the clips. You can pay us to stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's up
weekly,
to you.
though.
Weekly, yeah, weekly.
It has to be weekly.
Because
we need passive income.
The moment the payments stop is the moment the clips start coming back.
They come back. They come back as a flood.
Yeah.
All the ones we've been saving.
Yeah,
we keep doing the podcast. We're doing 4 clips a week, every week, and you pay us to stop. And then if you don't, we just put up
all of
50 at once.
We'll put out all the clip. We'll put out the clips. How many? All of them. This summer.
On behalf of Mampy Hikes,
Uh-huh.
I'm Sean Parrott saying to you, Bon appetit.